This is my official B1 German certificate. I scored 242.5 out of 300 on the exam, and I did it in exactly 1 month through self-study. The traditional advice says you need 6 months of evening classes to reach B1, but if you're working full-time like me, you don't always have 6 months. What you need is a system. Hi, I'm Lisbon. On this channel, I share honest guidance on navigating life in Germany as a foreigner. And in this video, I'm breaking down my exact self-study plan, the resources I used, and the exam strategies that helped me pass the B1 exam in just 1 month. So you can do the same. Let's dive in. A little backstory. I've lived here for 7 years, but because I work in English as a data analyst, my German was honestly stuck at A2 level. I had very little practice in my daily life. Then I needed my B1 for citizenship. With 2 kids and a full-time job, I didn't have the luxury of attending language classes, so I had to design a system that worked for my real life. I had about 2 hours every night after putting my kids to bed, so I studied every day from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for 1 month. This is my system, step by step. Step 1, I got the right practice book. The first thing I did was understand the structure of the exam. I bought the Telc B1 practice book from Amazon. It has 4 practice tests and 2 model tests, which meant I wasn't guessing what the test would look like. I knew exactly what was coming. This book became my main framework for everything. Step 2, my study plan. Since there were 4 practice tests, I did 1 test per week. Each week looked like this. Day 1, reading plus Sprachbausteine. Day 2, listening plus writing. Day 3, speaking. Day 4 to day 7, other resources and revision. It wasn't a rigid plan, more like a guide. On the days I had more energy, I did more. On the busy days, I just stuck to the basics. Step 3, reading and vocabulary with Readle. I used an app called Readle. This is not an ad. It genuinely helped me. Readle gave me B1 level articles where I could tap any word for an instant translation and see the plural forms, listen to the pronunciations, save words for revision, and the grammar used in the article is explained. I'm convinced this is why I scored 70 out of 75 in the reading section. Step 4, the Scriptorum technique. This was the game changer for me. Learning German grammar in 1 month is hard, but instead of memorizing the rules, I used something called the Scriptorum technique. Every night before bed, I did this. Read a sentence out loud. Waffen ist man heute in viele Ländern der Welt? Close the text, read it from memory, say each word out loud as I write. Waffen ist man heute in vielen Ländern der Welt. Compare with the original, correct mistakes if any, read the correct version again. I did this phrase by phrase until I rewrote the whole text. This forces slow, deep engagement with the language. I started noticing word order, sentence structure, prepositions, verb positions, and so on. After a while, I wasn't thinking about grammar. I just knew when something sounded right. This technique alone is cheat code. Step 5, I used ChatGPT as my tutor. I used ChatGPT in 3 main ways. First, I practiced speaking. I took pictures of the speaking tasks from the book, uploaded them, and asked ChatGPT to correct my answers using B1 standard. I used voice dictation to speak, then let ChatGPT correct my structure and wording. After that, I used the Scriptorum technique again to rewrite the corrected version. Secondly, writing practice. I wrote letters and emails by hand, took pictures, and uploaded them for corrections. And then finally, I used it for grammar drills. I used this exact prompt. With the standardized German B1 level grammar, create a daily routine for me for grammar drills so I cover all grammar topics in 1 week. Save this in your core memory and prepare today's drill. So, every week, I covered all B1 grammar topics in 1 month. That's 4 full repetitions. I also took pictures of my answers and let ChatGPT correct them. Step 6, listening practice. Honestly, this was my weakest area. I didn't practice listening as much as I should have, but I use Readle's read aloud feature while commuting, picking up my kids, or walking. I listened to the articles with headphones. I wish I started earlier, but it still helped train my ear. Now, some exam tips from someone who took it. Okay, you've done the study, but knowing German and passing the exam are two different skills. Here is how I hacked the test format itself. Number 1, time management. You get 90 minutes for Lesen and Sprachbausteine together. Don't spend too long on reading. If you do, you won't have time for the Sprachbausteine. While using the exam preparation, memorize the time allocated to each section and use this as your guide on the exam day. Number 2, for the writing section, use simple, clear sentences. Don't try to impress anyone. Use connectors like deshalb, trotzdem, während, zur Zeit, sondern. Don't start every sentence with ich. Memorize formal and informal letter openings and closings. Number 3, the listening section. You are given time to read questions before the audio plays. Use it to underline keywords. The first part is played only once, so write down the keywords you hear while listening. Number 4, the speaking section. Use the preparation time wisely. Write points for the discussion topic and the planning task. The introduction part is easy. You can actually memorize that before the exam day. Number 5, interact with your partner. Ask questions too. Don't just talk randomly. Answer the actual questions on the sheet. In my exam, one question was about where we lived and if we had a garden or balcony. My partner skipped it. I made sure I answered it clearly. The speaking part was the part I was most afraid of, and I got a perfect score, 75 out of 75. So if you're working full-time, raising kids, and living in Germany, you can pass B1. You don't need magic. You need a system, consistency, and smart tools. Now that you have the language plan, the next step is building a life in Germany that works for you. Watch this next video for 50+ companies hiring English speakers in Germany right now.